Another day, another login weapon. And today's video is about the third login weapon, which is the Zenith. Now, this one is a bit simpler to understand, so hopefully I can explain it well. And a bit of a disclaimer, my builds are basic. So if you're looking for a professional build or focus tree stuff, you're not gonna find it here. Because I don't have those unlocked. I just put whatever works and what has helped me for so long. But if you disagree with my build and disagree with the way I demonstrate the weapons, it's fine. I'm not here to prove that I'm the best. I'm just here to give you an idea on what to do if you have this weapon in particular. So here we go. First off, as I said, this is a login weapon, so it comes with a weapon slot and an Orokin Catalyst, so it's pretty cheap. And for our build, or builds rather, we require 4 Forma. Not a cheap build, but it works for me. Because this weapon already comes with a V and a dash. So that's already good. I don't know why I have a green, but whatever. So accuracy of the weapon is pretty darn good. Critical chance is decent. Critical multiplier is standard. Fire rate is pretty good. Magazine is high, which is always welcome. And the trigger is auto. But the best thing about the weapon is a status. The status is 34% and it mainly does slash damage. Now, with every login weapon, it has a specialty to it. A special function. And that will be the secondary. The secondary, once activated, has higher critical chance and multiplier, but has lower status chance. But has infinite punch through. I'll show you in a bit later. But basically, yeah, puncture is increased, and yeah, everything else is increased. So it's a trade-off. The primary is mostly status, and the secondary is critical based. So, with this in mind, let's see how the weapon works without any mods. Now, the best way to test this would be against the Corrupted Heavy Gunner. Now, they're not the strongest enemies in the game, but they're pretty tough, so that's why I'm testing it here on them. And if we use it on Sentience, I will die, so yeah. So yeah, let's see how it works. Now, as you can see, the accuracy is pretty good. No recoil. No recoil at all. Reload is pretty fast too, so that's good. Now, about the secondary function. Now, this disc may look like nothing, but if you take cover, you will see that you can headshot them. And you can cancel it by reloading. And in case you didn't see it, on the upper right corner is the timer of how long, or rather, the ammunition that you have. So if you ran out of ammo, the secondary will go away. And as you can see, the critical chance is pretty good on this weapon. Or crit damage rather. It can go through almost any surface. Because, well, there are some surfaces where it can't go through. Now, I can't properly identify which one, but keep it in mind that you will not always be able to go through. And it has a limited range, so be careful. Yeah, the enemy has to be near this. So, yeah. Now, for now, for now, we'll focus on the primary function. For now. First, the standard build. Standard builds are mods that are common, easy to acquire, and not that expensive to level up. So, here we go. Oh wait, um, in case anyone gets confused, details about the weapon, as well as the key mods used in the builds, will be in the description as always. That way, you can have a better understanding of the advantages and disadvantages of this weapon, and where to get the mods needed. So yeah. First off is Serration, a mandatory mod for every primary weapon. Gives you 165% damage. Next we have 60-60 mods. We have Malignant Force and High Voltage, giving you 60% electricity and poison, as well as status chance of course. When combined, you get corrosive damage. Now corrosive damage is effective against armored units. It will give you bonus damage against them, but if you use it against enemies with no armor, you will deal less damage. I learned it the hard way, so a little warning for you. Which is why when you're fighting, it's best to have 3 weapons with different element damages. That way, you're not caught off guard. Next is Vigilante Armaments. This one can be acquired from Cetus Bounties. This gives you 60% multi-shot and a 5% chance to enhance critical hits from the primary weapon. Next, we have Point Strike, which gives us critical chance, Vital Sense, critical damage, and Split Chamber for multi-shot. And I just added Rhyme Rounds here, the cold, just to give us more status chance of 95%, or 95.2, sorry. Now as you can see, the critical mods I have here also increase the secondary mod. So it works for both modes. But keep in mind, the status is lowered in the secondary mode. So be careful with that. So let's test it out. First off, the primary. Another thing I forgot to mention, the cold damage also freezes the enemy, or freezes the tougher enemies, giving you a chance to give them headshots. A very good idea, so you can get bonus damage. Now let's test the secondary. Oh, and that fell. Sorry. See that? It's a very fun weapon. It makes things interesting, at least. Now we'll go to the live battle. Why? Because enemies that are frozen in place grant you bonus damage, which is not the point that I'm trying to come across. This will show you how effective the weapon is. Now, I'm not being invincible because, well, that will go against the purpose of showing how effective the weapon is. So here we go. Probably should have spawned 2, but oh well. Okay. See that? It's an interesting weapon, and it's very effective. And it's one of the easiest weapons to understand for me, so... Next we move on to a viral build. switch this. Viral build is basically toxin and ice. Now viral damage, unlike corrosive, attacks the health of the enemy, so it's effective against all factions because it lessens their health. And if you combine it with slash damage, you're looking at a very, very powerful combination. Now usually the best faction to use it will be the Corpus, simply because, well, let me just pause it. Oh, let me spawn another one. Simply because they have shields, but shields cannot protect you against poison damage. So you have an advantage there. And because of the status chance, you get to lessen their health very fast. I'd say it's a good build, in my opinion anyway. And now we get to the live combat. Here we go. Even without the secondary, it's still good. Now, oh yeah, and I'm not even using Warframe buffs. So you can imagine how good this weapon will get if you combine it. So yeah, keep it in mind. Of course, if you don't want a 60-60 mod, you can replace it. Let me see, another V. You can put Hunter Munitions, which gives you a chance to apply slash damage on critical. Or you can put Shred if you want to increase your fire rate. But I prefer the status, so yeah. Next we'll move on to the expensive build. Expensive build is what you'd expect. It includes mods or a mod that is rare and very expensive to level up, so keep that in mind. But even if it's expensive and it takes effort to make, at least the results are very much worth it. So, let's move on. Now, not much change apart from this. Heavy caliber. 165% damage but less accuracy. But like I said, if you're not impressed with this build, you can't change it. There's no reason to argue. Now, time to demonstrate. I mean, it works for me, so that's why I'm using it. Of course, headshots give you bonus damage, so yeah. Oh. There you go. And with this weapon, headshots come easy. And of course, we'll show you a viral build. Give me a sec. We already know this. Switch it with ice. And then we get the corpus. Ignoring my terrible aim, it works well. Now normally this is where I would end the video, but there's another build. It took some research, but there is another build. Now the next build I'm about to show you only focuses on the secondary. If you don't want the primary and only want to go sniper mode, there is a build for that. But that will take some time. Give me a sec.
A few moments later.
Okay, then I put this. Alright, now this is my secondary build. Or at least what I can build up. Now there's no elemental damage to this. Like I said, it's purely secondary damage. So, hang on, let me just... Okay. It gives you 87% critical chance, 7.0%, well, critical damage. Now, as you can see, two of these mods, rather, are expensive. Argon Scope, which gives you critical chance on headshot, which gives you 135% more critical chance next to 150%. Then we have Bladed Rounds, which gives you more critical damage on kill, combining it with critical damage of Vital Sense. Next we have Hammer Shot, critical damage, more status chance, and Vigilante Armaments is just here because we have 5% chance to enhance critical hits. So, this is a secondary build. Now I don't use this, but I know there might be someone who's using a secondary build, so I might as well make it. It's nothing special, but it's the best I can do. Oh, sorry. How much health do you have? Oh, a few more shots. Okay. So yeah, basically that build was to, well, if you like to challenge yourself or just make it interesting, there's that. But I don't personally want to because I like using my primary. But anyways, yeah, those are the builds I can give you. Now, before I end this video, I'd like to say thank you to everyone. Why? Because as of this recording, I just received a notification that said we have 100 subscribers, or uh, 101 rather. So, yeah, thank you. It means a lot. I uh, I don't know if I'll ever be big enough or at least manageable enough, but it's the small things that matter. So, thank you very much. Okay, now that we got the emotional stuff out of the way, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this video helps you in any way, even if it's not a perfect build. I hope it just gives you an idea. Please hit the like button and subscribe if you're interested. It really helps the channel out. And as usual, I'll see you in the next video.